One of the news stories I noticed the day that Pluto ingressed, Elon Musk must have paid one of the biggest social media people in the world to show off his humanoid robots from Tesla, the Tesla robots. And there was these viral videos that went viral of somebody like walking around a mall with like a string of robots walking behind them carrying their packages. And that was the first moment that I had this real feeling of seeing the future and realizing that's the preview. That's the like Bitcoin white paper coming out at the beginning of Pluto and Capricorn compared to where we are now, which is that by the end of Pluto and Aquarius, humanoid robots walking around in society will be ubiquitous and something that we take for granted and doesn't seem strange or fantastical, but will be just something that's there as a present thing in our society. In addition to that, obviously being combined with some level of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, yeah, at least in some places, right? As William Gibson famously said some time ago, and remains true, like the future is here, it's just not evenly distributed, right? And that I imagine that will continue to hold true.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
in
one of the
some it's like, oh, have you been to Chicago lately? Like, oh, there's robots everywhere. Where it's like, oh no, I've been down south. Like I spent the last 6 months in Atlanta. You barely ever see a robot, right? Like, these things will, it's not going to be everywhere all at once, right? It's going to be distributed like everything else.
I mean, I think you're going to be surprised by the end of Pluto and Aquarius, and I will predict right now that there's going to be more societal penetration of robots being everywhere than we can even imagine right now. And it's, in the same way that smartphones started off as being something that was a very expensive luxury that only a few had in 2009, 2010, but within not that long, like the entire internet's been transformed so that everybody uses a smartphone at this point, and the vast majority of internet traffic is actually through smartphones and not on like laptops or desktops. Um,
Okay, I'll
so
take that bet. We'll check
you
in
take
20
that?
years. Yeah,
Okay, this is good. I like our bets. So one of the things about that is with every major technological revolution, there's always a lot of, to put it lightly, job turnover, but to put it another way, unemployment as a result of suddenly a lot of jobs becoming, obsolete. And that's an issue both in terms of artificial intelligence in general, as well as with robots and other things that are like adjacent to AI or connected with it. And that's something I was talking to you about because I started getting into looking at the Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions, and I was really struck by I was researching the 1800s and how that shift of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions into the Earth signs really closely coincided with the Industrial Revolution, and
absolutely.
what a major shift that was in society that shifted different things in terms of labor and things like that, and that we're on the cusp of a new era like that right now, since as we know, in 2020, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions just recently shifted to a new triplicity for the next 200 years.